Hi everyone, welcome to the 2020 kindy year. We're very excited. We thought that it would be a really great idea to talk you through and walk you through what day one looks like to help you make your transition and your child's transition into kindy really simple rather than writing it all out. It's much easier for us to talk. So Kerry and I are going to talk you through it. We're actually at the front of kindy here, and we are actually in the disabled car park, and we thought what we would do is we would explain things as we're kind of walking through. So the reason that we actually have started here is that we really want to stress to you the importance of ensuring that the disabled car park is kept clear in the mornings for anyone that has a disabled parking permit, and we actually have got a family that require that this year, so ensure that you don't use or access this park at any time. The same actually goes for the staff car park. The staff car park here at the front of the kindy is actually here not only to make it easier for staff, it's actually more than that. It's about us ensuring that people aren't actually reversing back onto the road, and it's a safety issue for our children that may actually be accessing behind the car park, etc. We'd also ask that you don't come and park parallel behind the parked cars, which can happen from time to time. I know that it's a really simple thing to do to come and park here, but it's actually really unsafe, and it has actually resulted in an accident before. We're really fortunate. We've got ample car parking spaces around the reserve and the park, and also parallel parking on the surrounding roads. So come on in. Kerry and I will let Kerry talk.
No, you won't. And
We're really excited. I hope you're excited about kindy. Occasionally we'll have some information put on our whiteboard at the front, and also the whiteboard when you go in. And a really important thing, I know we've got a sign here, but please ensure that you only let your child in and out of the gate, and ensure that the gate is shut after you. Obviously it's common sense, but sometimes we're really busy and we haven't got enough hands, and we might leave the gate open, or a child may slip through, and that's actually not what we want to do at all. So come on in and we'll talk you through what happens here. So we've got our beautiful kindergarten, and we've got our Grow Fruit cart that is a really beautiful initiative, sums up our gorgeous community in our kindy. Give what you can, take what you need, and throughout the year you'll see that seasonal surplus will be put there, and it'll be really a lovely thing, and we really love it, don't we, Kerry?
we do.
Yes, we do. We have actually up here we've got our centre information, staff photos which we'll update, and any other information that you may need to know in terms of raising a complaint, our grievance procedures, our session times, our philosophy statement, etc. And we actually, up over here, we stress that every day when you come into kindy, any important information will be put up on here. We've actually got some step-by-step information for you to help you. But if we've got something on, or something that we need you to know, we will always put it up on the whiteboard for you. Over here we are a Sun Smart Centre, and we in essentially terms 1 and 4, but when the UV rating is generally above 3, we have to ensure that children have sunscreen on. We understand that lots of our children may have allergies, or you may not want your child to have sunscreen. Just talk to one of the staff. We'll ensure that we'll work out a plan around that. But we've got general use here of sunscreen that we will provide for you. So ideally put yours on at home, but if you haven't and you've forgotten, put it on here as soon as you arrive. And then there's personal sunscreens. So a lot of children have allergies, or they have their own type of sunscreen. We ask that you come and you put your child's in there, and then when we have to reapply it, we'll bring this whole basket, and we'll ensure that you have your child's name on here, and we'll make sure that that's the sunscreen that we put on there, and staff will be aware of that. Kerry, do you want to talk us through
Sure. So we have the baskets in the morning, and we want you to separate their morning fruit and their lunches into the baskets, and then their afternoon fruit and snack in these. What we would really like is small containers if you're using containers. Otherwise they become overloaded and falling out.
Clearly named.
And
as well.
clearly named. In the lunch boxes, if you're using an insulated lunchbox, we will assume that you have packed an ice brick in there and they will not be going in the fridge. All of them will be coming inside, but we won't be putting those ones in the fridge.
We haven't got enough fridge space. Exactly. So if it's in a bag, it doesn't go in the fridge. It would then mean that basically it's going to be sitting inside on the kitchen bench, but it will not be going in the fridge. If it's just a lunchbox with the name on it, that will go in the fridge and be refrigerated.
The other thing we have is that if you do need to label anything, we have just on the shelf masking tape and texters so that you can name their morning fruit, you can name their lunch boxes, because it's really, really difficult to know whose is whose.
And sometimes children can get quite upset if they think that they've got something for a particular time and it's not in there. So another really key point here is the reason that we've set this little this area up is that we're actually encouraging independence. So we would love you to, while we're saying you, we mean you to support your child to do this independently, and it won't take long. They will be masters at this. They'll be writing their name on their snack. They will be even mark making on there, and that's fine. And then doing it all themselves, putting their sunscreen on, and applying it themselves. And while initially it may seem lots to remember, it'll just become a really simple part of their morning routine. Come on inside. As you come in, also, just like the gate, we need you to shut this door, because this door is actually, in and out of here, is actually not going to be supervised. So please ensure that doors are shut. Even if there's someone out there, everyone understands. Shut the door after yourself while you're in this area, and then once you've entered the kindy, the door is shut. Come on through. We've got a community notice board here, and over on the other side here, we actually have got our belonging tree, and we'll talk you through that, where we're going to ask you to bring a beautiful picture of your family, and we're going to give you a leaf, and you're going to be able to write some information or something that you value for us to add to this really lovely collaborated work of art, really, and a representation of our kindy family. So once you're at kindy, over here we've got water bottles, our water bottle trolley, and this is movable. So we will move this at lunchtime and snack times for children to access, and even sometimes outside. Please only send water for your child in a really clearly named water bottle that they actually can recognise and know is theirs. That's really important. And then over here, we actually have got our sign-in register. At each and every day, you need to sign in and sign your child out. This is really vital. Obviously, in an emergency, this is what we will take, and we use this to cross-check who is actually here each day and who has actually gone. We do have a fees box here, but what we're going to actually be doing is having a staff member on duty every time to each day that will actually be responsible for any cash handling. We just think that's probably a better process these days, and we've obviously got the FPOS machine, and we'd actually prefer that really we have very minimal cash handling, because we just don't have the man or woman power, the person power to actually be able to be counting the money all the time. So if you can, that would be greatly appreciated.
We'd love it every day if you would come over and check your newsletter pockets as well. Every family has one. In there we will make sure that we put in newsletters, invoices, and any information that families will need. Underneath those are the lockers. So we'd like, again, that independence to be encouraged, and for children to find their own locker and put their own bag in, so that when it comes to putting things away later in the day or at any point, they know where their bag is so that they can come and find it themselves.
Something that's really important also is, as you just might have seen me struggling, is age-appropriate sizing for your child's backpack's really important as well. Sometimes if they're too big, they'll really struggle putting them in. And what we will be focusing on heavily initially is them actually caring for their belongings and making sure things go back in their bags, and bags zipped up and bags in lockers. We will call them lockers with children. So if you use the same language, that would be awesome. And make sure that your child on their bag have got something that they can really clearly see. Is there perhaps a symbol, their name, a bag tag that's really simple for them is really important. We've also got lots of the backpacks these are some extra ones for people who perhaps haven't ordered them. We really would love everyone to be able to access them, and if you could, if you haven't got one and you'd like one, please come in this week and take them. We will probably move them out of this space and have them for you to be able to take home. We've got boys and girls ones, no clothing in them, but lots of really great stuff that will help you as well. In here we've got learning journey books. They're not actually ready yet, but we'll talk you through those. We're going to have an information session that will share that. But a really special space that we've set up here at Kindy and we're really happy about and excited about is what we're calling our Wellbeing Hub. And this hub is a space that we know our families need. We've got a lovely new couch, we've got some lovely chairs, some resources, we've got some things from Red Cross to help us through this really tricky time around us on our road to recovery from the effects of the bushfire. So this is our Wellbeing Hub, and it's actually near my office. You may not want to talk to me, but you may want to talk to someone. So please know that we are here and we're really happy to talk to you and to be there and be present. So please utilise this space. We've got some resources available as well, and like I said, we're going to have additional staff for the first few weeks to be around to help you if you've got any questions or concerns or just want someone to talk to, just to be able to sit here sit here with your child or sit here with a friend. We've actually also got a brand new coffee machine, so we would love you to stay and have a coffee if that's what you need, and access this space as needed. So a really lovely space dedicated to our families. This is not a play space. I am going to work with our children. We're all going to work with them to remind them this is not a place for playing. We have a beautiful kindy for playing. This is a quiet space and a place to talk and connect. It's our Wellbeing Hub. So we've got our kindy space set up. We've got beautiful activities here ready and waiting for you. We ask that you, when there's a staff member outside in the morning, then your child can go outside, but until then they can't. We have our hat baskets. This is where children will put their hats. Please make sure that you've got your child has their name clearly written on there and a symbol on there so they know which one is theirs, because there's a whole lot of hats that look the same, and that hat basket will be by the door and children will take it on and off as needed. So we're ready, we're excited, and we can't wait. Oh, just another reminder that if you could, make sure that at the end of the day, you take your child's hat home with you at the end of each session, and their drink bottles. Obviously, their lunches will be in their bag, because if we don't, we're just not going to be able to house 60 hats here for all the children. So, on a Tuesday and on a Thursday, ensure that your child's stuff goes home. We're really excited. We're excited. We're ready. We're ready to connect and respond and to be the anchor that you and your family need at this time, and we can't wait for an amazing year.
Really excited.
Yeah, we are going to have some interviews. We'll send some information about that next week. Kerry and I are going to put a couple of days aside so we can have some time for us to chat and catch up, as we were going to do in week 0, but we've postponed that because of the fires. So enjoy your long weekend, enjoy your time together, and we can't wait to see you all either on Tuesday or on Wednesday next week, ready for an amazing year together at Kindy.
Lots of playing.
Yeah, see you then.